Hi friends, we're going to be talking about Arterial Line Setup today. Things you're going to need is any size bag will do. Usually we use a 500cc bag. This is a liter. You'll need the tubing. It comes in its own packaging. You have red caps in the IV carts to replace your blue cap, which I'll show you soon. I use a blunt needle to burp the bag. I'll show you that as well. Anything else? You'll have this setup is also with your Arterial Line supplies in the cart, but you'll want to put one of those on one of your poles. I believe that's it. So we'll start first by burping the bag. I have an easier way to do it than trying to burp it against your body or with your hands. You take a blunt and you'll put it into your IV bag, like so. Flip it upside down, and the air goes to the top, and then you just gently push the air out, and then you'll take the needle out. Obviously get rid of your sharp, but then all the air is out of the bag. You don't have to worry about that anymore. At that point, you'll hang your bag up, and we're going to pretend that this isn't already primed. We all know how to prime a bag, I trust. So at this point, when you first pull out your tubing, do check all of your connections. There's lots of connections here. Make sure they're all tight because it can mess with your pressure, obviously, if you have a leak. So just make sure that all these lure locks are all tight. And once you're done with that, I always have the clamp down, and you'll spike your bag. You'll turn your clamp on, and that's fine because you won't prime your bag. The fluid won't go through until you pull your pigtail, which is here. So find your sink, your trash can, whatnot, put it over that, and then you just pull your pigtail and you'll see that the fluid will come through the bag. Now that your tubing is primed, we'll come back over here and we'll set it with the tubing to the patient will come up out of your transducer. So you put it through, set it in there. All right, so let's get your pressure bag, which we'll put that for your pressure bag. Clean that up. And then you'll pump till you see the green line on here. So at this point, you're all ready to go. You can hand this over to whoever did the Arterial Line and they will attach. All right, so it's very important this transducer should be at the mid-axillary line. Obviously with Naomi here, it's a little high, so you could either raise her up or you could, lower or up the transducer. So you can put the bed up. Let me move this guy over here. And you can raise her up. Just about there. Make it about level with her. Okay, and then we can get our cable, and we'll hook the red into the side of your monitor. It's the topmost connection. And then this part goes into your part of your tubing. And on most of our monitors, a line should pop up once you connect automatically. And there it is, and it already has ABP on it. I think ART is also an option. You can rename these. You can just change your label for whatever pressure that you are measuring, but we'll leave it at ABP. Oop, is it CBP? There we are. Okay. So now this is on ABP. We're gonna turn this up to the patient. We're turning it off to her. And then take off your cap. Pull your pigtail, some drops come out. You come over to your ABP and you'll find 0 ABP. You hear that tone. And you also see it go to a flat line. At that point, a lot of times we change our cap. Some of these have holes in them. I'm not sure if this one did or not, but sometimes you can change your cap. You can find those in the IV cart. We turn it back, open up the system back up, and then you should get a pressure. Right. To get blood from your patient, you're going to want to turn this off to your system. This is your waist, so you pull this up. Your saline and blood from your patient will come into it. That's your waist. Then you take a syringe, and for our purposes, we're going to use a blunt needle. And obviously you clean the site first, and then you would go into the port and then draw up however much blood you need for your sample, pull that out. And then when you're finished, you just push this back in. And close that off again. So once you have gotten your sample, you will open up the system again. As Naomi says, dingle the dongle. Pull your pigtail through so that it flushes through your line again. And then you'll have to re-zero the line, which I showed you before, to get the read correct again. And that's all we have to show you for the art line for ER purposes.